What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning C++. My name is QT Yazdani and you guys watching my channel Corio. Alright guys, so far we're still in the functions, and in the next few videos we're going to discuss, and I'm going to introduce you guys a very important subject, not just in C++, but if you guys want to learn say Java, or you guys want to go to Python or any other language, there is a concept called argument passing. So function arguments. So with this video we're gonna introduce you guys to function arguments. Or so argument passing, and argument passing we can do in two approaches and two methods. So the first one is we say something called called by value, and the second approach is the called by reference. Alright, so if it sounds like very difficult or intimidating, don't be intimidated or don't be frightened. This is very easy, and I'm going to show you guys how easy is that. So all you guys need to do is that when you guys hear somewhere, if someone says to you guys these functions, how we're going to call by value. So normally C++ and Java and any other programming language, object-oriented programming language, C family of languages, they all normally passes arguments by value. So C++ normally passes arguments by value. If someone comes and asks you guys how the C++ passes arguments, and you guys should know straight away that it passes arguments by value. Okay, that means numeric argument is passed to a function where it is assigned to new variable. So we're going to show you guys how passing values to function when the function is called is referred to as a passing by value. This is I just put it on uppercase, so because I just want to highlight your attention. So this method copies the values of the argument into the formal parameter of the subroutine. Therefore, changes made to the parameter of the subroutine will not affect the argument used to call it. And I'm going to show you guys shortly how and what it means. So this one, as its method copies the value of the argument, so this one is very easy. This method, the copies of the argument, whatever arguments you guys passing into the formal parameter. So in the previous video, as I've shown you guys the max num, and we passed the two values, and we had int x and int y, and we went to the main and we get the two values from the user, value 1 and value 2. And if you guys see that one, that's how we pass the value. And I said to you guys in the previous video to be prepared for this concept of passing by value. And so that was the example. If you see the simple example of the passing, how you guys going to pass the value. Therefore, changes made to the parameter of the subroutine will not affect the argument used to call it. So the argument that calling it cannot change it. Okay, the called function will not change the value of the argument. So this is another way of explaining this passing by values in the calling function. So I'm going to repeat to you guys again. The called function will not change the values of the arguments in the calling function, as it uses the copies of the function as it uses the copies of the arguments. A variable that used to receive the passed value is called formal argument or formal parameter. So if you guys hear on one of these formal argument or formal parameter is the variable that used to receive the passed value. Alright, so the second one is called by reference. So there is only two methods of passing arguments. The first one is called by value, and the second one is called by reference. Alright, so the second way is called by reference. A subroutine can be passed arguments. This method copies the address of the arguments into parameter. So in this one we are passing the value in, but in this one we are copying the address of the argument. If you guys remember the pointers, that's how we take a reference, as I explained to you guys in the pointers. That's how we get the address of the variable. So you got the address of the variable, and that's how you guys change it or you guys manipulate it. So we all if you guys not sure, you guys go and check the pointers again. Inside the subroutine, the address is used to actual. Inside the subroutine, this address is used to access actual arguments specified in the call. Any changes made to the parameter will affect the arguments used to call the subroutine, and we're going to explain you guys in the next video what it means. We're going to go in this one again, call by reference, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to do, but we're going to use the pointers because that's the easiest way. If we go and demonstrate to you guys how we're going to call by reference, not call by value, and we're going to use a pointer for that. Okay, so the value passed to the function is called actual argument. The value passed to the function is called actual argument or actual parameter. So the one that receives the value is called formal argument or formal parameter, and the value that passed to the function is called actual arguments or actual parameter. Alright, so in this video we're going to show you guys how we're going to pass by value. We're coming here, as in the previous video you've guys seen that we created that our max num. We wanted to see which number is bigger on this one, smaller. In this video we're going to say same thing, max number, or you guys want to say any other say maximum number or minimum number. So I'm thinking of example. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to show you guys my square. Okay, my sqrt square root. So sqrt square root, and I'm gonna have parameter int, and my parameter is gonna be say a, for example. Okay, so here I have int main, and my int main is still empty because I'm not calling this this function. And keep in mind, if you guys try to do say int square root, and if you see this is a predefined function. This is say if you guys square root, and you guys see this is square root of f square root of l. So if you guys try to do the square root, is in already predefined, it's in built function inside the C++, so you guys stay away. But you guys can put any other things, my square root or our square root or any other square root. So you guys, if you guys want to do the square root, that's how you guys want to do cube, you guys can do the cube as well. So we have int a, and here inside our a, then we're gonna go say a, then we're going to multiply a because we want to see the square root, and we want to say return a. Okay, so now we have a function here, int my square root, which we have a parameter int a, and we have here a multiply a, and we're going to return a. So we're going to go to the prototype, and we're going to type this one, int. So we're going to put my square root, and what's the parameter inside is int a, integer a. So now we have done our parameter. We're coming down, and now we're going to say our my square root. We're going to call it. We're going to call our function, function. Okay, so we're going to call my square root. Alright, so my square root have a parameter of a. So now the C++ gonna ask us for the value because we don't have any value at the moment. So what happens here, that this is the engine. So what we have is parameter a, which is the type int. And if you guys looking here, we have data type int. We are returning a, which is a is int. And here this guy is here. This guy is just multiply the left value by right value, which all of them is say the type a. Sorry, the name, we name them a. Alright, so this a is we already defined here because this is our parameter. It means that C++ knows this a is integer, so we are putting in our declaration as well in our prototype. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're looking for the value inside here, looking for value. Okay, so now we need another value to put here inside here, so because we are passing the value. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna declare another int x, and we're gonna say our x is gonna be, for example, 5. Okay, so we want to put a 5 first. Okay, so we're gonna pass this x which has the value of 5. Okay, so we want to put a x here. And now if you guys want to display this one, you guys gonna put a C out, and you guys just copy this one here. We're gonna put in our C out, and you guys gonna go ahead and you guys type something here, something nice. The value of my square root, our function is, because that's a value of the function, and because we are passing this value to the function, and here we're gonna put the value, actual value of x. So at the first one, because we are calling this function with the parameter int a, and we have a multiply a, and we are gonna assign this one, so this is gonna do the, say, 5 by 5, and that's our function, which is the engine here, and passing the value which is x. And now here in the second one, we're gonna put this int x, and we're gonna see what's the actual value of the, say, x is. Alright, so we can count down, and we're gonna put it here, x, and here we're gonna put a next line. Alright, so I'll repeat again. Here we have a function my square root, and we have a parameter int a. Here what a is going to do a multiply a, and it's going to return a. Alright, so here we have our prototype. We have a my square root which have a int a, and it's exactly matching our declaration. Here we have we are calling our function here, but we don't have a value for this one because you guys don't see the value. Here we're declaring another x is equal to 5, which we have the value of 5. We're passing to our function, which is this one. We're going to copy this one there, but this one cannot change the value of this 5. So this one is actual value of x, and here we're going to display the actual value of the x. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to build our project. We don't have any error. Okay, if you guys looking here, the value of our function is 25. If you're looking here, why is 25? Because this 5 goes here, and 5 multiply 5 is equal to 25. So that's what the result of the square root, because square root of 5 is 25, and the actual value of the x is 5, because that's still, this x still got to retain its values, hasn't changed. So the value of the x is still hasn't changed. So what we're going to do here, and we're going to put a next line. Okay, so we're going to run again. Okay, So the value of a function is 25 and the actual value of x is 5, because if you guys look in here, even though we are calling here my square root, which is this function here, we are passing this value to this function. So that's what C++ means, because we are passing this 5 value here, and when this function receives the value 5, what is do, there is an engine here, because it multiplies the 5 by 5, so and it's going to return the 5, and here in this main, it receives the value of the 25. So if you guys put a 10, you guys going to do 10 by 10, which is 100. If you guys do 100, you guys whatever, maybe 1000, whatever, you guys are going to receive the value. Okay, the actual value of the x is equal to c, and then looking here, the actual value of the x is still 5. So this function, even though we call it by value, hasn't changed the value of x. X still retains this value. So that's what it is. Alright, so you guys gonna go and try. Say if you guys want to do, say for example, you guys can do say 100 for example. So I'm gonna run again with 100, and if you guys look in here, if you do, then the 100 multiply is gonna 100. This is our value of 100. Then this function gonna pass here to this function the copy of this 100, and here the copy of the 100 is going to multiply by 100 by 100, which is 10,000, and the actual value of the x is still 100. So if you guys, this is a very cool subject inside the C++, very cool concept. So it's got very amazing. If you guys look in here, the x still got its value, the actual value is still 100, but we pass this the value of our this 100, we're going to pass the value to this function, and this function copies this 100 is going to return the result. So that's what you guys see. This is called pass by value, and the next video we're going to see the pass by reference, and I'm going to show you guys how we're going to pass by reference. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you guys got any question or comment, leave it in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.